I've been telling y'all about Tamar for a couple of years now. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? It's time for another King of Reads video. Girl, it's been a minute. I am finally back and my voice is still not here, okay? Somebody get Tisha Campbell on the line. I think her and Trina are doing some award show stuff. I'm interested in seeing that. But welcome back. Your boy's back from LA. It's been a long, interesting trip. A lot of footages, okay? And also, the interview was great. I know y'all are like, Justin, where is the content at? Where is it at? I'm working on that. Y'all know how I get when I have to like decompress and all that. But I truly miss you all. A lot of things have been going on since I have been gone. But there are so many things to talk about. We got Summer Walker and her counseling, her tour. We also got Tamar and all the stuff she had to say on Instagram. Now she backpedaling. We also got this conversation about this altar thing that we'll be talking about later on with Dasha, so y'all be staying tuned for that. But girl, let's go ahead and start off with this mental check-in. So how am I feeling? I am feeling on edge a little bit. This is going on like I think 2 or 3 weeks since my voice has been gone, so it's making me a little bit nervous. I'm like, girl, is it that I've been overworking myself, or is it something going on internally that I don't know about it? And you know how we get when we start having symptoms and stuff, we start Googling stuff, and then now the girl saying I got laryngitis and all this. I'm like, girl, I'm around here sounding like SZA, okay? To the weekend. And I just know that my vocal cords are very important for what I do, so I need those. So that's what I'm anxious about. So y'all be thinking about me as I'm trying to like rest, but also get content out. Because the last 3 weekends I have been from YouTube Black to the anniversary weekend to going to LA to do this interview. I don't have anything going on this weekend. I'm going to be resting, but I think the weekend after next I'm supposed to be going. Sometimes I'm working on something in the next couple of weeks, going out of town to do a speaking engagement. I cannot wait to tell y'all the information about that. And while I'm sitting over here talking about that, I need to be sending over my information because sis said, girl, I need this information. I need this headshot. I need this bio. But shout out to Chanel, yes. But y'all know I've just been so booked and busy. Oh my God. And finally just trying to like get everything together. I was trying to do some work on the plane, and my internet connection was not working on Miss Delta, girl, and I had to send them an email, and they sent me something back and said, girl, we're going to give you a free what's the name the next time you go out of town. The next time you go on a plane, honey, you can enjoy a whole flight worth of free Wi-Fi, which is worth, I think, $40. So I was like, okay, girl, I'll take it. I paid $10 for it, but this is working. This is worth it. I appreciate that. But that's how I'm feeling. I hope y'all are feeling well. I hope y'all enjoying y'all week. I hope y'all are living life. I hope y'all paid your rent. Because girl, the 15th is coming. And that means eviction notice is going to be sent out. But with that being said, let's go and get into this tea. So quick, girl, a lot has been happening since I have done my last King of Reads video. I got a chance to sit down and watch Wendy's interview with Robyn, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I think that Robyn is a beautiful person, and I think she cares about Whitney Houston more than anybody. There was so much conversation about, is she trying to get some money off of this because she has a book telling them and talking about her experience, with Whitney Houston and their love life and all of that. And it's something that we all assumed, but she's kind of confirming it. And people are saying, well, you're being disrespectful to Whitney Houston and her legacy and all of that, and you're outing her and da-da-da-da. Honestly, I think that Robyn should be able to talk about Whitney Houston as much as she wants to. She's like, Whitney Houston's been gone for, I think, how much, like almost a decade? It's been a while. And Robyn has never said or done anything to make us think that she is doing this out of like being evil or speaking ill of her. I just, like, you've seen that with so many other people, especially her ex-husband. But I think with Robyn, she just wants to, help Whitney's soul. I think that it is important for her to talk about her experience and how back around that time that she could not be with Whitney because of how it would look and how people would see two women being sexually involved with each other. And I'm here for this conversation. It's not disrespectful to Whitney. And someone on Twitter made a good point and said that the closet, quote unquote, the closet is for people who are living, not people who are dead. And some people went back and talked about, what's his name? I can't, Luther Vandross, and how Patti LaBelle talked about him, and she, like some folks were saying that she kind of outed him a little bit. And I felt like she did a little bit. I don't know, but I think Patti LaBelle meant like it in an ill way, but it's, I don't know. I'm kind of evolving a little bit on that, and I think that people, loved ones, can like speak truth after a person leaves. Like, girl, look, I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, but I want to make sure that y'all know that this person was, you know, going through this, and y'all need to fix how y'all, you know, put them in these boxes and stuff. And Robyn seems like she's doing that. Robyn seems like she's talking about that. She's getting into it. And baby, she was shading Wendy. She was on Wendy. And Robyn looks good. Robyn looks good. The whole thing about the Bible stuff. And Whitney just saying, girl, I got to do what I got to do. I got, like, it's just not going to work for us. But girl, here go this Bible, girl. We won't be bumping boxes, but I got you a Bible in a box. But I'm glad that Robyn held that same energy. She said, girl, we was going to bop Wendy upside the head. We was going to wait up. We was going to wait for you. We was going to look at you and say, girl. Like, I'm glad that she was able to, you know, tell Wendy that to her face, because y'all know Wendy was out like saying all these things that, you know, came to be true about Whitney and about Robyn and stuff. So it was a great interview. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. I know a lot of people had some things to say, but I think it was done well. I know she did another interview with Lena Waithe. I haven't watched that or read or however they did. I've not, but I heard about it. I really hope that she gets into the conversation even more, because you can tell that Robyn was still on guard. Even though she was sitting next to Wendy, she was still very much on guard, and she had every right to be, because it's just like, girl, Wendy is Wendy, okay? But speaking of Wendy Williams and Nicki Minaj beef is still going on. And it seems like Wendy really does not care. She referred to Nicki Minaj as a washed up rapper.
Like, there's this soon-to-be washed-up rapper who can't keep my name out of its mouth. And I love it. I sit here like, okay, keep talking. Oh,
And say what you want to say about Nicki Minaj and how she feels she's not bothered by that. But if it gets to the point that someone publicly is out here saying that Nicki Minaj is washed up, really kind of speaks to her, like her brand as of right now, how we see her. I don't think that Wendy was saying that to be necessarily malicious back to Nicki Minaj. I think she was just kind of like, girl, I'm not pressed about you because you're washed up. I think she really meant it. Like, girl, we see that you fading into the abyss. And that's who you are angry with. And I know the barb's gonna be in the comments and stuff saying, well, she got this, she got the #1 tweets and stuff for a female rapper. Like, girl, y'all be coming up with so many. She's the #1 talked about female rapper doing this. It's just like, oh my gosh, ain't y'all tired? Y'all should be tired. But that whole beef is interesting. Nicki Minaj said she's gonna be launching a new Queen Radio episode to address some things. The only thing you need to be addressing is that judge who gave gave your husband that sentencing. Okay. Moving on, girl. Let's talk about Dasha unfollowing T.I and the whole family after that podcast episode of T.I talking about he is checking hymens. Girl, a hot flaming mess. Not surprised, like I told you all before, about T.I, because T.I has always been reckless when it comes to women. Look at the material, and we are clearly the judge of that. T.I has always been trash and forever. I mean, he's a Nipsey Hussle fan, so I don't trust a lot of men who follow Nipsey Hussle, and you can, and I don't trust some women who follow him too. And you can say what you want to about that, but you remember when YG and them was on that stage talking about we got to protect our light-skinned daughters. A whole heap of mess. But I don't blame Dasha. I'm glad that Dasha felt comfortable enough to do that, because we always talk about, well, folks be ragging on folks on, it might not be that serious. She might not feel like that. Dasha clearly felt like that, and sometimes somebody else needs to be mad for them. Deja probably didn't have the power she didn't even have the power of her own body. But we gave her that by sounding off and saying, this is garbage. And in there, Deja was able to take that power and say, girl, I agree with y'all. Like, I ain't got to say nothing. Y'all spoke for me. And I'm glad that we did, because that whole thing made no sense. Watching the reel and whoever that girl is, Jeannie at No Bottle, she was over there talking about something. I mean, he's out here protecting her and da-da-da-da. Protecting her from what? And as I told you all in my previous video, that T.I, yeah, he is protecting Deja. He's protecting Deja from men like him, instead of instilling better quality in the men that he's raising. Because in the same instance when he was talking to King, he didn't have that. He literally said that these women were responsible for taking his innocence. Girl, what? You see how that circle of life continues? But it's T.I. I don't think he's addressing in any of his podcasts, whatever he got going on. But I think I'm ready to hear what he got to say on it, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be digging his own hole again for that mess. So, Deja, we support you 100%, boo. Tamar Braxton, girl, we arrived once again to discuss some more foolishness. So, recently, Tamar Braxton has been in the news for everything but her album coming out or some new show or her probably being on the reel again. It's always some drama, and I've been telling y'all since the beginning of time, since the end of time, I'm going to tell y'all that Tamar is just not a good person at heart. Yes, and now she's responded and saying that, oh girl, and people say stupid things. So Tamar Braxton posted on her Instagram, she had this to say. The truth is, ladies, that these dudes out here really do be gay. It ain't enough money, beauty, hair, babies in the world to keep them. They won't zig, period. It's nothing wrong with you, but they will find every reason in the world to make you not good enough. If he lays with you for 3, 4, 10 days and he don't touch you, it's not you. He want a man. And that's on my mama. She look good. She look fly. She look stupid. Tamar Braxton, we are not responsible for your divorce to Vincent. We are not responsible for all of your failed relationships with every man that you have been with. We are not responsible, sis. What I find fascinating is that Tamar Braxton always lets the homophobia jump out. But she's surrounded by so many gay black men. And I ran into one of her besties in a club in LA, and girl, I saw you looking at me and talking to your friends and say, that's the King of Reeds. You best to know it. And girl, I don't have no issue with you, but I did find it funny how you were trying to defend her on Twitter the other day. I don't ever want to be a friend like that. I don't want to be someone who has to take up for someone who's always spitting on people who look like me and who act like me. I don't. So I really want you to understand where Tamar was coming from when she posted this, who hurt her, and where did it come from? And what was she trying to say when she said this? So as I mentioned earlier, she said that, you know, sometimes people say some stupid things. She had that to say on Twitter. I guess that was her backpedaling off of the comment. But this is just Tamar's behavior. Tamar has been known for taking so many phrases and sucking up so much culture from gay black men and trans folks and all these. And then she comes out with stuff like this. He want a man. He want a man. And it's like, girl, no, we are not the villain. Velma is not finding us after she put on her glasses and say jinkies. It is you, Tamar. You are toxic. You are toxic. And the moment that you realize that, the moment that you will be better off by yourself enough to find somebody that will care about you, sis. I mean, girl, you went through so many changes, so much. I don't get you. I don't want to get you. I just don't want to get you. But the proof is in the pudding, and I'm glad that Ernest Owens called her out and said another day, another tragic reminder that Tamar Braxton only sees gay men as disposable scapegoats that she can use to justify why women like her can't find real love. How tragic. The irony is that her problem is right in the mirror looking back at her. Girl, if that wasn't a read and a drag, Tamar doesn't even have her own personality because she doesn't even know who she is. And honestly, Tamar, the only thing that you need to worry about is spinning the wheel at Shoe Carnival to get you some clown shoes, because you like a whole clown on Beyonce's internet this week. Very disappointing. But every time I see Tamar like do this, it just reminds me again that sis really does not care about the people that she's befriended. And the folks who are around Tamar and allow her to say stuff like this, and for her to have some gay friend, and then you had Todrick talking about some girl, you out here exposing me. Tragic, tragic, tragic. But I mean, girl, the proof is always in the pudding, and Tamar has the recipe. So girl, let me know what y'all feel about Tamar and her comment. Just make sure you be careful, because if you ain't a gay black man, I don't need the homophobia to jump out on you too, because I might block you. So moving on to Disney Plus. Girl, Disney Plus was getting dragged on Twitter on the launch day. Y'all know Disney Plus launched. I already signed up, guess God. I wonder how this is going to work, because Disney Plus is kind of built on nostalgia right now. And as one of my friends on Facebook said, nostalgia doesn't last as long. And I don't think it will either. Now, I do like having access to all of the things. I did watch Aladdin last night, and I will tell you the quality of Aladdin looked like complete garbage. And I know, you know how sometimes they remaster stuff, like how they said they were remastering Cinderella and stuff. The cartoon and stuff, it just looked very like, girl, I felt like I was watching the pages flip. I was like, girl, can we do a better job of this? Like, girl, this looks kind of bad. But Aladdin is one of my favorite movies. I love Robin Williams doing the voice acting for Genie. But girl, I just so I watched the National Geographic documentary where they were talking about explaining stuff, and they were explaining currency and money. Ooh, that was so trash. Listen to the white folks talk about money and how it's made us a better human beings. For who? For white folks. So I watched that. I haven't had a chance to watch some other stuff. Might watch a couple of Marvel stuff. I started trying to watch X-Men, but I don't know if this is something that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to watch it. Versus Netflix, and I have to be honest, Netflix is not playing. Like, Netflix said, girl, we ain't going out without a fight. Okay, I'm back. They came back like, what's that girl name? Miley Cyrus. They said they tried to end your favorite streaming service. And Netflix is now teaming up with Nickelodeon. Girl, did I say that right? Nick. I was about to say something that's gonna get this challenge all the time. But they are teaming up with Nickelodeon, and they are in talks. Nickelodeon is in talks, and Netflix are in talks to do a live action of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And they are really working hard on this, and this is something they are really taking the time, because they want it to be good. And I think if Netflix does a good job with Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, they do it really good, it can potentially be Netflix's Game of Thrones. Like, it can be that stuff like, girl, I'm not letting go of my Netflix. Like, if they continue to produce this high quality content like The Crown and all that, I ain't going nowhere. And we're not, Disney is trying to build that, like, only content that they had like this, we recreated this, and I think it's going to be kind of hard, and I think that's why they got all these other shows from Marvel coming, because they want us to get us to spend this money. But girl, let me tell you something, baby, after January and February, I'm going to have to cut the cord on some of y'all, honey. I don't know about it. It's like, I can't be paying every one of y'all for no stuff, girl. We got to share some passwords and stuff. And then Disney Plus was dealing with a lot of issues with their apps and stuff with loading and all of that. Y'all tell me, did y'all sign up for it? And if you did, what shows have you been watching, and how do you feel about it? So let's talk about y'all favorite rapper. Drake was performing, was a surprise guest for Tyler, the Creator, at his little concert, whatever thing that he has, girl, festival, whatever you want to call it. I ain't looked that much, because I'm not a Tyler, the Creator fan. I'm just not. But everyone thought it was supposed to be Frank Ocean, and it was not Frank Ocean, it was Drake, and Drake came out. And the girls wanted to push him back in. Seeing Drake in that moment, like, recognizing that he was not being sought after, was music to my ear. Drake has always had this cockiness about him, I'm like this girl, like nobody can stop me, and just seeing him being humble in that moment was wow. And y'all know I hate the word humbling. I think people misuse it, but Drake seeing him like not be loved, because I think Drake has used his power of that to get his way on some things, and he's done some other stuff that's been very much questionable. But his status and his whatever has allowed him not to get that much critique from a lot of people. So seeing him get booed and then folks not being interested was hilarious. Tyler, the creator, was kind of hurt by his fans, quote unquote, being disrespectful to Drake or whatever. But Tyler, to my knowledge, doing some research on Tyler, the creator has never been a fan of popular artists. He said he does not like that. And I guess his fans, like, they've said that Tyler, the creator, has almost, he has something to his fans. I cannot think of the word of it. He has spoiled them. And it's funny seeing them, like him getting mad about them giving their opinion about how they felt. Like, he's always been opinionated on some stuff from giving. And girl, they just wasn't buying, they wasn't interested. But I don't know who is sitting in line to hear Frank Ocean sing live. Ooh, Jesus, it sounds like Frank Ocean sound worse than that girl who did the Mermaid in that live action on ABC. All right, moving on. What else is it? Trina, okay, the bag, the queen, Trina. Trina is popping off on the girls at Walmart. Let me tell you something. If you're gonna have any problem with folks, it will be at Walmart. But you know what? I've been having a really, really tough time with getting my food orders, and I just got some food delivered right now. And girl, I'm hoping it gets here on time. I'm just hoping that it's no mistakes, because the last couple of times it's been a mess. But Trina popping off at Miss Walmart. Some white woman said something disrespectful. Y'all already know what she said. And Trina popped off and she said, say it again. Say it again. Trina was not playing at all. Like, Trina was ready to go there. And I don't blame, like, I feel like at this point, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know, y'all mayonnaise music. That's what Miss Trina gave her. Y'all know what y'all doing. And Miss Trina said, girl, I'm ready. The same situation with the guy at Popeyes. And that woman did what she did, and then she got sumo plex. Bam! Now everybody like, oh my God, this is an older woman, you should have done that. But y'all be doing what y'all be doing. Y'all know what y'all be doing, and y'all don't want to deal with the repercussions. Okay? Now, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Okay? And that's what Miss Trina had for the girls. So shout out to, who is there? Is there Hasbro? I don't know who them folks is, but shout out to Sonic. Just dropped their new trailer, and let me tell you something, Sonic the Hedgehog looks way better. See what bullying gets you? Baby, the girls had dragged when that first human-like Sonic the Hedgehog came out. The girls was not here for that. I don't know if they did any type of testing or something, but it just was not the tea. Now they got the Sonic that like that from the actual character from the game, and also the cartoons. It looks way better. I hope that those people who work behind that got paid adequately for that, because I know they were like, I know y'all worked them down. I know y'all worked them down, but I hope that they were paid what they were supposed to be paid, and I hope they're able to breathe now. But it looks really good. Shout out to them for making sure that stuff looks sickening. But on that note, I am saving my Summer Walker video for a standalone conversation, because I think it's big to talk about that. So 2 parts to talk about that: the social anxiety aspect, as well as the conversation about her being a witch. So stay tuned for that video. That is coming up later on. It's probably going to be available for the channel members first. Shout out to all the channel members this month who've been supporting the channel on Kingeries. If you want to become a channel member, go and sign up. It's in the description. I love y'all so much. Y'all enjoy y'all night, and I'll talk y'all later on tomorrow.